Hey, what's up YouTube? It's abluegolfball today from the Pokemon TCG Online video, and today I have for you guys a Primal Ninetales deck. This deck's going to be built around Ninetales with 90 HP, a little bit on the light side, but each player, it's got the ability Barrier Shine, where each player can't play any stadium cards from his or her hand. Okay, so now, this is pretty good. Think about all those decks out there that rely on Fairy Garden, on Verbank City Gym, Shadow Circle, Steel Shelter, etc. Ninetales blocks all of that, and that's pretty fun. It does Flickering Flames for 2 fire energy and 1 colorless energy, does 70 damage. You can stop a Muscle Band, does 90 damage, and your active Pokemon is now asleep. Can actually work out for a 2-hit knockout, so maybe we can try to do that too. We will run one of these. You never know when Bright Look can come in handy, and we're not really going to be doing Hex because we're not building a deck around Hex Flame. So that's that. We'll be doing a 3-1-2 line here with the 2 different Ninetales. And then it's going to be in conjunction with Pyro. We're only running 7 basics, and that's just Litleo and Vulpix. So there's going to be 4 Litleos, and then we're going to have 3 Pyroar and whoops, not this guy, and 1 Pyroar with Flare Command. Flare Command, you can discard a fire energy, and if you do, you basically have a catcher effect or like a red signal effect. So we have 2 ways to play red signal here, and we also play 2 Lysanders, so we have a very fluid deck and multiple ways to get the Pokemon, you know, our opponent's Pokemon, to catch them out. So Pyroar's got Intimidating Mane. Prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's basic Pokemon. Pretty good to block. Most EXs out there except for the Megas and Primals. But hey, we're gonna see if it still works. There's a lot of Primal Pokemon that are out there right now, and it's gonna be pretty hard to match up with those. But you know what? Hey, what the heck? We're gonna try it. We're gonna try playing just straight up Pyroar and Ninetales and see what we can do. Most likely, if we run into Mega decks, we probably won't stand a chance. It'd be pretty hard to take them down, but we'll see what happens. Now, for our items and whatnot, we do have 2 battle compressors. That way, we can just get the energy cards into the discard pile, and then we can use Blacksmith to bring them back into our Pokemon. We have Dowsing Machine as the aspect of choice. This way, we can just search back any trainer cards that we need. We got Professor's Letter, 1 of these, 1 star on Megaphone, 2 switches because the retreat cost on Pyroar is pretty heavy, both for the Flare Command one and for the Intimidating Mane one is 2. Otherwise, Leo is 2 as well, but the other Vulpix and Ninetales are only 1. 3 Ultra Balls to get the Pokemon out, 2 VS Seekers just to get the trainer support cards back into our hand. That rounds out our item cards. As for the supporters, we will be running 3 Blacksmiths, and this will just be pretty consistent to go with Battle Compressor to get the energy out. Plus, with Flare Command, we'll be discarding cards and whatnot. So that's, you know, we got a couple ways to get the energy in this card and to bring them back onto our Pokemon through Blacksmith. We have 1 Colress, 2 Lysanders, 1 Lysander Charm card, 3 Ends, and Professor Burgess Observation, once again substituting for that last end, making that full set. We have 4 Junipers and Teammates rounding out the deck because our Pokemon are pretty weak and they will probably get knocked out with only 90 HP and 110 HP. That's pretty weak. Training Center will be the one that gets the boost, right? So each stage 1 and stage 2, both in play, both your and our opponents in play, gets 30 plus HP. So there we go. From 90 HP, we can actually get 120, and from 110, we can get 140. So not too bad there. We got 3 Muscle Bands just to get the extra oomph in the attack, 4 DCs for the Pyroar, and 8 fire energy. A little bit heavy on the fire side, but that's because Ninetales takes 2 fire energies, so pretty tough to pull that off. But anyways, without further ado, let's see this deck in action on Pokemon TCG Online. Alright, looks like we'll be playing against Sigilyph 1122 once again. And Sigilyph 1122. Actually, have I played him before? I don't remember. Alright, so here we go. We start off with nothing. We start with a Vulpix this time around. My opponent was able to draw another card. So there's that. There's a Fennekin. There's that Fennekin Blaziken combo. I guess we go with this, and we'll go with that. Let's go with an N. Nothing there. Didn't really get what we wanted, and here we go. My opponent can definitely get something going here with the Fennekin playing that. The Will-O-Wisp definitely can't evolve right now, not until next turn if he has the rare candy. But we're gonna have to wait and see. There we go. There's the Magneton, Magnezone getting discarded. Probably searching out for another Fennekin, playing it onto the bench. We could get the Pyroar going. The Pyroar is kind of our main attacker here, but if we're going against a Blaziken deck, pretty tough to do that. All right, so I guess we'll do. We can go with that. Maybe let's undo that. Let's see. Well, I don't actually want to play an N, so we're just gonna end up junipering, All right, ended up junipering everything, and we get off Vulpix. I don't know how I feel about that. All right, we'll go with the fire breathing, and we flip heads. Hitting for 50, knocking that thing out. That's pretty good. Flipping heads for another one, plus the muscle band. Was able to knock out the Fennekin. My opponent definitely can knock us out right now if he has like a, maybe a blacksmith and. Oh, too bad I already dropped the energy there. So, all right. So let's see if my opponent has. Let's see here. What do we have to offer to do here? We got a switch. I guess we can just try to flip for heads. I don't know. Let's go for that. If we flip heads, then we win the game. Oh, he took out, man. That was the most pathetic matchup. Oh, yet. Oh, my goodness. A bunch of basics going at it. A Vulpix and a Fennekin going back and forth. All right, we definitely need to play another match. That was funny, but that was not what we wanted. That's not what you guys came here to see, right? You guys came here to see the Ninetales shutting down stadiums. You guys came here to see the Pyroar shutting down basics. So we go flip heads. Yes, we get to go first. Hopefully we can draw into our basics right away. We see a repeat ball. We see a great ball. We see a couple different things here, but we get to start with the Lit Leo. And I'm actually opting to play the training center right away. I kind of don't want to draw into that again, but doesn't really matter. We actually get the Vulpix, which is pretty good. So we know for sure we have 2 training centers. That way we have a shot at getting another one later on. So what I'm gonna do is, yeah, I'll just play the energy here. I'm not in any particular threat whatsoever. Next turn we're gonna end up junipering everything away. Which is pretty harsh, but we'll wait and see, right? So, if anything, we can Juniper away our hand, and oh no, we even see a Crushing Hammer. Luckily, there was tails. Maybe we might see another Crushing Hammer. That would be pretty bad. But if we see an energy drop and our Leo goes to sleep, we'll Juniper, hope to get the Pyroar and a DCE. If we can do that, we'll knock out the Duskull. If not, Duskull can retreat, and that's what we see there. So the Malamar EX won't really be able to hurt us once we evolve into the Pyroar, which we get right here. So there's that. Alright, we'll just go ahead for the Juniper. We even get the Ninetales into play, and oh, this is great stuff here. We'll go with another energy drop. Couldn't get the DCE, but that's alright. So let's see, we lost 1 switch. That's not good. And I mean, we do have a VS Seeker to get back maybe the N. Depending on what my opponent does, my opponent's got 5 cards. Kind of don't want to play an N, but well, whatever. Alright, so we see the DC drop on the Malamar. My opponent won't be able to counter my stadium at the very least, so that's always good news. And the Ninetales is at 120 HP, meaning he'll still have to flip 2 heads to get a knockout. So, which is pretty easy to do once Malamar gets like 10 energy cards on there. But so right now I wish I had at least an energy and a switch, right? So what we'll do is we'll just switch into the Ninetales and then retreat the Ninetales back into the Pyroar. But the Pyroar is not even fully charged, so that's always pretty problematic. What we really need here is to flip heads to wake up and then drop a DCE. So we're able to flip heads, and so right now I don't want to give my opponent any cards whatsoever. We're just gonna go ahead, Juniper these away, and go on from there. So we get the DCE, we'll play that there, and let's just go for the Scorching Fang, getting rid of one of these, and in the next turn we should be able to just hit for a regular Scorching Fang without discarding a card. So there you go, right? My opponent's down at 60 HP, can put us to sleep again, but we need to be able to draw into a switch. If anything, what I'm going to do next turn is play an energy onto the Ninetales, and hopefully we can draw into a switch. That way, we'll just, if we're still asleep, we can just play the switch and then retreat with the Ninetales, and then we'll go back with the Pyroar and knock out the Malamar. So, oh, there we go. We might get knocked out here. My opponent has opted to play the Lysander, and oh no, he escaped death, or not really death, but we escaped fainting. Let's go ahead. We will retreat. Let's see. We got one energy, two energies in there. Two blacksmith, one blacksmith, and one VS Seeker left. Let's go ahead. Well, I like my chances. Let's go ahead and just kind of get rid of some fire energy right here. What else might we not want to draw into? I don't know. We'll just go with the energy. And there we go. My opponent concedes. And Pyroar winning the day here. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we play one more? I think so. Let's go ahead and see if Ninetales can shut off more stadiums and shut off more, you know, with Pyroar shutting off more EXs. Alright, here we go. We are going against Pactex. It is a Lightning Psychic Water deck. That's pretty interesting. My opponent will get to go first since he has won the coin toss. Unless he's nice enough and let us go first, but that's not going to happen. Alright, we draw into a bunch of Junipers. Wow. And my opponent, we can see here the water energy in there. Alright, so we can actually, we start off with a Leo. That's not too bad. We also start off with the Battle Compressor. Oh no! Oh my goodness. Oh no. Alright. Okay, so it's a Mega Manectric Seismitoad deck, probably. We see the Seismitoad, we see the Manectrics hitting the bench. And man, we can't evolve in time. My opponent can definitely play a DCE and Muscle Band. That would be pretty brutal. So what we're gonna do here is, oh man. All right, let's go. Let's get rid of these, and maybe let's get rid of a blacksmith. That'd be pretty good. And you know, I don't want to miss an energy drop here, so I'm gonna give an opportunity, at least one opportunity, to be able to do that. And we didn't see a DCE, so I almost don't want to do anything. So that means my opponent either has to draw into a DCE, or he has to draw into a Muscle Band, or he has to draw into like a supporter. Unless he has a supporter in his hand right now, and he's just waiting to play it because he opted to play the Pokemon Fan Club first. But you know what? I want to play the end, but then if I end, my opponent might get a better hand, and he might get the DCE and the Muscle Band, and we'll just get knocked, you know, get us knocked out. So I'm gonna end my turn here, and I'm gonna just have a chance to evolve into the Pyroar next turn, and that way I'll probably just play a Juniper in the next turn. So I'm gonna opt to do that. I think if you guys are playing and you guys are in my position, you guys might do something else. But here we go. We see the Ultra Ball. We see the Mega Manectric. My opponent might just end his turn here. And oh boy, here comes the Pyroar. My opponent didn't do anything, so that means I'm gonna Juniper my hand away. And oh, are you kidding me? We get the blacksmith, and oh man, what a stinker, what a bummer. All right, so we have nothing but a bunch of supporters in our hand, which is fine because if my opponent plays, you know, the DCE and a Quaking Punch, then you know what, we can't really do anything. Oh wow, we see a Floatstone, we see the Juniper, we see the starting Megaphone, and a whole bunch of stuff here. The Manectrics over there are pretty scary. I don't want to deal with those guys, so we're gonna go with the blacksmith here. And let's see, we get Leo on the bench. We can do that as well. But you know what? I'm just gonna Scorching Fang. Not actually gonna hit for anything. My opponent's gonna heal off anyways. What I want to do is I want to target the Mega Manectric. That's actually the card that I want to aim at. My opponent has the free retreat though with the Mega Manectric, so it's gonna be pretty rough in terms of what I want to do. And yeah, plus the Keldeo over there can rush in and retreat, so that would be pretty troublesome. We did get this, and I guess we can go with this right here. My opponent can definitely heal again. We'll go with the Pyroar over here. We'll counter his Stadium, and yeah, I think we'll go with this, powering this one up on the bench, and then we'll just do a Scorching Fang. Not going to discard anything. because in the next turn, if my opponent can't heal or anything, I'll just get the knockout. What I really want to do... Oh, we see a Max Potion. We see a Juniper. My opponent's flying through his deck. And we can actually retreat, and we can get knocked out over here with the Mega Manectric hitting us with the Turbo Volt. But we will survive the turn, in a sense. Yeah, I mean, I think we can, at the very least, we can Scorching Fang. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to Scorching Fang right now. I'm going to hang on to the Blacksmith. The next turn we can Blacksmith onto the one on the bench. So let's go ahead. We'll do this. We'll discard. We'll still get a 2-hit knockout onto the Mega Manectric, right? So my opponent will knock this one out. The next turn we'll just Blacksmith on this one, stop the Muscle Band, and we'll knock out the Manectric EX, the Mega Manectric. So he's got another Mega Manectric on the bench, which is pretty scary. But you know what? We'll take our chances here, and so we see the Mewtwo. Not too afraid of that. The Litleo here needs to turn into another Pyroar, but two of our Pyroars are in the discard pile, so we need to see that. Definitely need to get the Ninetales going, maybe. I don't know, or actually the Lysander trump card. So here's the Keldeo. We see the Rush in, and if we can top deck, we did. We top decked this. Let's go ahead. We will knock this one out. We'll hit it for the knockout here. Scorching Fang, getting rid of the energy. Look at that, knocking out the Mega Manectric. All right, so we got 2 energies in the discard pile. We can actually Blacksmith them onto the Pyroar here and put a dent into the Mega Manectric EX. We don't really have anything to answer with, really. But at least we can kind of make a dent, damage him a little bit more. So right here we'll get Turbo Volt. Not sure what he will charge into. We just gotta eliminate this Mega Manectric. It is the bane of you know, these Mega Pokemon. Definitely have changed the game for Pyroar. All right, so oh wow, my opponent concedes. Oh wow, I don't know. I don't know what the outcome would have been, but my opponent concedes the match, and so we only saw Ninetales a little bit, and you know, my rule of thumb is to play 3 games and showcase 3 games. I apologize if you guys didn't really enjoy this matchup. Couldn't really get any good games going with Pyroar and Ninetales, but let me know in the comments below what you guys change in this deck, what things you guys want to add. So there you go. It's Ninetales. It's the Primal Clash Ninetales blocking stadiums. But yeah, alright, hope you guys have a good day. I'll have some more Pokemon TCG online videos for you guys soon. You guys take care. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.